guys, this is Taz and welcome to my channel. So this is going to be a gardening vlog. I'm going to start with my summer garden. It's end of May and the weather is getting better, so it's about time to start with my vegetable patch and also my beautiful summer garden. So I thought I'll share with you guys. So this year with lockdown, it's quite different. Usually every year in May and June I go to the garden center. I love to walk among the plants and beautiful flowers, and I hand pick all the vegetables and annuals from the garden center. But this year unfortunately I had to do everything online, and I was able to do curbside pickup. So I did the pickup yesterday, and I got all the plants that I wanted. So today I'm going to transfer everything to the ground, and some of the annuals I'm going to transfer to beautiful pots. So I'm going to show it to you guys. So I'm standing in my backyard right now. Today it's pretty cold, it's very windy. So that's what happens in Canada. Every day we get to enjoy different weather. But in June, July and August it will be nice weather. Summer, it will be warm and summer, so looking forward to beautiful summer weather. All right, so I do have so behind me, so here are all the annuals that I bought. So these are all petunias, so I'm going to transfer all these into flower pots, and then I also have a few more over there. And I'll also show you guys my vegetable patch. I did already plant some vegetables. I also have some more that I bought from the garden center. So I'm going to plant everything. So let's get started. So here's where I'm going to plant all the annuals. So I have some pretty colorful flower pots. So this planter, this was built by my house last year. I love this one, so it holds a lot of flower pots, and some of these flower pots have rusted. I thought I can buy some more this year, but I'm not going to the store. So these flower pots I bought last year and also year before. So these are very pretty, and I love how I can hang all these. And I also have some stands like this. I have hung it on some of these stands, and these floral design pots, and a few over here, and a couple of logs here. These logs, we got it from, actually we picked it from woods. We went for hiking a few years ago in the woods close by, and so we found these beautiful logs and we just picked it up. It was quite heavy. Our car was close by, so we kept it in the trunk, and we took this home. So I painted these logs last year, so I have to repaint this. So I did spray painting and it looked really beautiful, but so I'm going to paint these maybe in the next 2 days. All right, and I have so these are cone flowers. These ones, so cone flowers, these are perennials. It comes back every year. Such pretty beautiful flowers, and they spread like crazy. And this is lilac, so it's about to bloom. As you can see, here are in the next few weeks it will bloom, and it has a really nice fragrance, lilac. And here, these are actually strawberries. So a few years ago I planted strawberries and it kept spreading, but it wouldn't produce a lot of strawberries. It just keeps spreading, so I need to do something about this and grow it well. I do have some lilies over here, right? And all these pots I had annuals. I also had hibiscus in one of the pots. I don't think it has come back. And there you have it, guys. So here, this is a bird's nest. It actually fell from this tree. It was somewhere here. So I kept it here. It's quite sturdy, this bird's nest. It's quite amusing how the birds built such robust and well built nest. quite a skill they have. All right, so now I'm going to my veggie patch. So this is my small veggie patch here. All right, so there's a lot of weeds here. I have to clean it up. And these are green onions. So in winter, I grew green onions in water. So I transferred everything to the ground and it has started growing well. And this is beetroot. So when I bought beetroot last month, one of the beetroots had roots in it, so I planted in the ground, and look how pretty this is growing. And this is mint. I only have one mint plant. It came back, and here again I have some more green onions here, and these are strawberries. So I transferred the strawberry from other side to here. I wanted to grow it a little more better. It does have some flowers. I'm hoping that this year I can harvest more strawberries. And so these are some of the vegetables I bought online. So I have 4 tomatoes here. So these are beefsteak variety. So I'm going to transfer everything to the vegetable patch. And basil, I love fresh basil. I love picking fresh basil from my garden and adding to my cooking, a lot of Thai dishes, and also to my herbal coffee. And right, so this one, I think, okay, that's cabbage. I've never grown cabbage before. This is the first time. So let me see how it grows. And this is, all right, so this is a new one. It's cucamelon. So it's a combination of cucumber and watermelon. So again, this is the first time I'm going to plant this in my garden. And lots of mint. I love the aroma of fresh mint. Again, the joy of harvesting fresh mint and adding to my black tea. It's such a happy thing to do. So these are very aromatic. Even when I keep this close to me, I can smell that nice mint aroma. And what do I have? I have some zucchini here, cilantro, and this is fennel here, and watermelon. I also bought watermelon. Again, this is the first time I'm going to plant watermelon in my garden. It might need a lot of space because watermelon, if this grows well, the watermelon, if it gets bigger, it needs more space. So I might plant this in a separate area, not in the vegetable patch, because this is much smaller one. All right, so I'm going to plant everything, transfer everything from the pot to the ground. So let me get started. And here are the annuals that I bought. Lots of petunias. I love petunias. And this is gazania. These have like pretty pink shade gazanias. And here I have marigold, and this is another very pretty annual. It's called fuchsia. It has fuchsia color, or pink marshmallow colored flowers. So all these are going into my pots and planters over there. So lots of work to do. So let me get started, and let me set up my beautiful pretty summer garden and vegetable patch. So I have this floral garden shovel. So I was about to say garden spatula. I have these two. This is not that sturdy though. It looks very pretty, not sturdy. So I always go with this one. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up my veggie patch. There's a lot of weeds in it. I do have some soil, garden soil. What I've done here is last year I did put some weed liners. So that that would have resisted the weeds from coming back, but I don't know what's happening here. I can see lots of weeds that's coming up on top of this liner, so I need to clean this up. And I'll still have some more weeds. I don't add any weed killers. It's all organic garden, so that's okay. I'm going to let the weeds be there, but I try to clean it up every week, so that it looks beautiful and clean. All right, so let me get started. So here's the weed liner. I found some weed liner in my garage. This is from last year. So since I'm seeing a lot of weeds on my veggie patch, I'm going to place these or add the weed liners, and then on top of this I'm going to put soil. I do have some garden soil, so that way I won't have much weeds for this year. So let me do that. Oh my god, I cannot believe it's so cold. My hands are frozen right now. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to cut this. Since I have boxes, I'm going to cut this so it will fit each box, and then place the liner. Okay, so this is perfect for this box. So I did remove some of the weeds from this box. Okay, this is good. So here's the garden soil. I'm going to add the so let me use this one and level it. So in this one, I'm going to plant my tomatoes. So done with the second box. So on these boxes, I don't see much weeds. So I'm just going to add some soil. So here are the ropes that I had for my cucumbers. So I planted a few cucumbers last year. So to encourage them to climb, I placed all these. It helped. So here I'm going to top with soil. So I have topped all the boxes with soil. So the first tomato I'm going to plant on this box. So this is the tomato bush beef steak variety. So take it out of the pot. So the next tomato that will go here. So I need to have one box for each tomato because it's gonna grow really big and it will spread. So I need to have good space for the tomatoes. Oops. So I'm going to plant this in the middle of the box. So this is down. So the fourth tomato goes here. So here I have placed the weed liner. So I'm going to put a hole using scissor. Because the roots have to go deep into the ground. Alright, so on this box I'm going to place basil and mint. So this is going to be my herb box. So I have put the weed liner here. So let me put a hole. Then I'm going to place each basil plant in here. I can smell the beautiful fragrance from basil. It's so refreshing. It's actually opening up my senses. So the third one goes here. So I have a few more basil here. I love fresh basil, so that's why I bought a lot. Some of these I'm going to plant this in a potter, like a huge pot. So not everything I'm going to transfer to the ground. So next, on over that side I'm going to plant mint leaves, yet another favorite herb of mine. Oh my god, the smell of mint and basil. So even mint, I bought like 3 plants. So basil and mint, my most favorite herbs. So I'm going to also plant this here. Alright, so over this box I'm going to plant cilantro. So here I have green onions. Yeah, so I only have green onions on this box, so I'm going to plant here. So on this separate box, I'm going to plant cabbage. So I actually have 2 pots of cabbage here. So I need to space it out at least, there should be good amount of spacing. Only then the cabbage head will be bigger. So I'm going to plant like 2 here. So dig a hole. So take it out. So put soil till where you see the leaves starting. And one more over here. So there's a good amount of spacing between the 2 cabbage. So when I first started gardening, I used to be grossed out of earthworms. I used to be scared, but eventually I realized earthworms are gardeners' best friend. So they make the soil, they aerate the soil and also they make the soil really rich and good for the plants. So if you are a gardener, don't be grossed out of earthworms. They're actually good for your soil. All right, so I have beetroot here on this box. So beetroot will spread, so I need to give some space for that. I have a mint, a different kind of mint here. I'm actually going to, can I take it out? Actually, it's growing well. I don't want to take that out. I don't see the root. All right, so next, fennel. I have fennel here. I need to plant this one somewhere. So I need to find a spot for my fennel. So I'm going to plant fennel in one of the tomato boxes. I'm going to put a good amount of space and then plant it. So for fennel, the bulbs will appear at the roots. So I need to put some space when I plant the fennels. So this one I'm going to plant here. Next, I'm going to plant cucamelon. It's also called Mexican sour gherkin or Mexican watermelon. So this is actually a climber. So I'm going to plant this on the last box. I do have some ropes so I can make them climb. So I did watch a couple of videos on how to grow cucamelon. So they all say it's pretty easy to grow. It's just like you grow cucumber. So this will be the first time I'm growing cucamelon. I'm excited. So I'm going to plant this. So I'm going to plant the cucamelon over here. You can also plant this in a pot. So I do have some space here, so I'm going to put this here. I have one more, so maybe I can place it close to the to that one. So let's see how cucamelon is gonna grow in my garden. So if I'm gonna be nice and sweet and kind, it's definitely gonna grow well. Next, I'm going to plant zucchini. So the tomato that I had on this box, I actually planted that on another box because I want the zucchini to be placed here. So it's going to grow a little bigger. So I need some good amount of space. So I'm going to place it at the center of the box. Okay, this one. And here I have basil. I think it can stay there. So I have one more zucchini. So I need to find space for that. So here's the watermelon. So watermelon I cannot plant on my veggie patch. It needs a lot of space for each plant. It needs like a good amount of space. So I need to find a different location, maybe close in my backyard. I will plant this. Only then it will produce big watermelon. And also it requires a lot of sun. So I'm going to find a different spot for my watermelon. So that's my vegetable patch. So I'm done planting all the vegetables. So I have tomatoes, fennel, spring onions, cilantro, all the herbs, basil and mint in this box, cabbage, beetroot and fennel, zucchini, more fennel, tomatoes, and cucamelon. Over here I have some strawberries over here. I might have to transfer strawberries to a different location. And so what's remaining is I have couple more cabbage. I need to find another spot, and for watermelon I need a larger area because it has to be spaced well, and if I want to get a bigger watermelon, so I might plant over there in my backyard. And in this spot I have planted zucchini. Alright, so that's how my veggie patch looks like. So I need to water all the plants, and I cannot wait to harvest all the vegetables. And I truly enjoy, or it's a joy to pick all the herbs from my garden and add to my dishes. And so basil I added to my herbal coffee, mint to my black tea, and I make a lot of juices. When I make like mocktails with watermelon, lime, I add mint. Very refreshing summer drinks. So I feel so happy now. I cannot wait to harvest and see all the vegetables in full grown vegetables. So I cleaned up all the flower pots, and now I'm going to plant all the petunias, beautiful petunias in it. I have different colored petunias, so I'm going to mix it up. So I have red here, yellow, purple. So I'm going to mix it up so it's going to look beautiful. So I have planted petunias on this planter. It looks really pretty, and I have so many other pots. So as I'm gardening, my hubs is making dinner. He's cooking something in the instant pot. I think he's cooking ground beef. So the sun has set, and it's already 9 p.m. here. So I need to finish planting the remaining petunias. And I'm also enjoying the birds. Look at that, the chirping of the birds. Alright, so let me keep going and get this done. Woohoo! Finally, my summer garden is up. So I have planted all the petunias on all the flower pots. So this one is a planter. This looks so pretty. And petunias, more petunias on these pots, the smaller pots here and here. Alright, looks so beautiful. So next I'm going to water all the plants and then call it a day. I do have some more over here, marigold and fuchsia, so I'm gonna plant these tomorrow. I need to find more flower pots. Thank you guys for watching my gardening vlog. I'll be back with yet another vlog. Until then, everybody stay safe, take care, keep smiling, and bye.